Hey everybody, what's up? Sir Venom Mike K coming to you right now for the USS Ohio initial reactions. Now, I want to preface this and tell you I've only played 6 games on this. 3 of those games were on secondaries, and 3 of those games were on accuracy modules. The secondary module, obviously there, and then dispersion modules and accuracy are our plotting room, I believe it's what it's called, on the second slot, and then plotting room on the last slot to get that extra bonus. Now, this first section is going to be secondary mods. All right. So on the push, this thing is monster. This thing is nasty. It's got the Montana tankiness. It's got pretty decent speed, under 10, 12 kilometers. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good under 10 to 12 kilometers. Compare that to the Montana under 10 to 12 kilometers. The Montana just doesn't have the secondary range. But when you do get in this Montana secondary range, it's pretty formidable in and of itself. So I kind of have to lean this one over to the Ohio. Obviously, everybody's going to compare this to the Montana, so I'm going to go ahead and compare it here. Now, failings of the secondary modules. You do have questionable, very wonky guns, just like the Georgia. It's very wonky to me. I just can't get behind the Georgia because of the guns just aren't good enough. When I need to put the damage down range, number one, there's just not enough guns, and number two, when you do actually hit, well, you're only going to get maybe 1 or 2 shells out of the 6 that you actually throw out there. Same concept here with the Ohio. When you do throw out the guns and you do get the hits, you can put a hurting on people. These guns hit hard. These guns hit hard if you actually hit the guns. So this is where I think that this secondary spec fails in all of World of Warships, not just specifically with this, is because you cannot count on your guns to be accurate enough at any given time to put the people down when you need them. So you end up taking too much damage, and then you're ineffective versus the rest of the game. So you take 20, 30,000 damage as opposed to something in the Montana where you go in there, you hit 6 guns, you get a couple of citadels, or maybe you miss, whatever. You're going to end up taking too much damage, and then you're not effective versus the next guy because you're not able to last as long because you don't have as many of guns. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to people. I know I kind of talked myself into a circle there. On the other hand, more failings of this boat. 15 kilometers. Under 15 kilometers, this thing is pretty dirty. But let's be realistic on the way the games are played currently in the higher tiers, tier 10s, is that you end up spending most of your time from 15 to 18 to 20 kilometers. And I'm talking early game, I'm talking mid game still, and then only really get into the power of this boat toward the late game. So if you float around and do nothing and pray that you can get some hits, maybe you'll have a lucky game or 2 here and there. And you'll actually get some hits from 15 plus. With the secondaries, with the secondary spec modules, and you're throwing out the 11.3 kilometer secondaries, and you're doing all that fancy firework damage that you got going on. What suffers? Just like every other secondary spec boat, the main gun accuracy suffers, and you really see it here at 15 to 18 kilometers, to where you can get all 8 guns out there, and they all go every which way, man. It's pretty crazy and pretty insane at how much off these guns are. The only other one that I've seen it even worse is the big gun Conqueror and probably and the Thunderer, which that's another video entirely. Those are pretty terrible. Accurate double guns. This is where I think double guns are just the bottom of the barrel for an idea for a boat. All right, so moving on to the next section here with the accuracy modules. Now, I did flag these up and everything. So with the accuracy modules on the second slot in the plotting room in the second slot, and the plotting room in the third and the last slot. You and the flags, you can get 9.9 kilometers secondaries, which is still pretty reasonable. And they do, it's -2 change or whatever kilometers on secondaries. The difference being here now, where the big failing of that of the Ohio with the secondary modules are, the range modules start picking up a little bit. You can actually dink somebody pretty consistently from 15 to 18 kilometers. With those accuracy modules, I think this is a better boat. Get the secondaries out of your guys' heads right now. Think about the way the games are played and not the way you want to play the game. Think about the way the games are played and adapt to the way that they're played. And if you guys take these accuracy modules, you're going to start seeing a lot more damage from your main guns as a better supplement to the 11.3 kilometers and pray that you hit anything over 12 or over 15. You're actually going to start seeing some consistent guns, which makes this pretty solid with this spec instead of the secondary spec. So get the secondary specs. I know they're all fun and good or whatever. Everybody's like, oh, but they're fun. Fun doesn't necessarily mean good or consistent. This starts to make this boat consistent, and I will encourage people to get off of the secondary spec and go for the accuracy spec, and tell me you didn't like seeing those big numbers coming from the main guns as opposed to the secondaries and praying that you actually hit something with your main guns. That's my take on it. That's my initial take. Get rid of the secondaries. Still spec out the BFT, IFHE, or whatever, however you guys want to spec it out. But take that accuracy module for 5 or 6 games and see the difference, man, because it does make a big difference. So overall, bottom line, is it on par with the Montana? The secondary spec? No way. Absolutely no way this thing can be on par with the Montana. But if you take the accuracy spec, give it a run for its fucking money. Although I still hold Montana higher than this boat. It's not bad. It's not bad. That's it. That's all I got for you. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Sir Venom YK.